Wow. I had my cup next to the laptop.
And it's warm?
Yeah, my water's really warm right now.
It's that time again. Time for the all-new Culture Cast, which begins right now.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the all-new Culture Cast. We're here again with Corinne and the Kiwi.
Hi.
It's been a while since you've been on, Kiwi.
It has.
I'm glad you're here. I'm using a new microphone tonight, so hopefully it'll just pick up our end versus coming from the computer. I've tested out before, and that hasn't happened yet. So we'll see how things run. I'm excited. This was a Christmas gift from my sister and brother-in-law, so that'll be fun. And we have a fat cat in our lap right now, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about.
No, we don't talk about it.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about it. The biggest movie of December / January 2021-22, Encanto. I'm saying it right, Encanto, right?
Encanto.
Released in theaters where, I don't know, did it bomb in theaters? Like no one.
I don't know if it.
I don't know that people were going to theaters at the time. Maybe.
Yeah.
The only reason I knew about it was our neighbors were like, "Oh, we're gonna go see the movie," and I was like, "What movie?" Like I had never heard of it. So that's how I knew about it.
I feel like I didn't get much advertising, but like the minute it hit Disney Plus around Christmas, like it exploded. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it just sort of seemed like it looked like there'd been just a bunch of similar movies that had come out at the time. I don't have children, so I had not watched a lot of Disney movies, and I wasn't familiar with it. But things that kind of seemed very similar that were coming out around the same time, like these music / Latin type things that Disney was making, and this was just kind of another. And then like this one song was just like featured everywhere from this movie, and everybody was saying that this movie had the songs were like obsessive, and everybody's kids loved the movie. Like it was kind of like another Frozen, like that it just blew up. The soundtrack in general, but especially this one song that was like on like the pop charts or something. Like it wasn't even just like amongst kids. Like everybody loved that "We Don't Talk About Bruno" song, which was kind of made it. I think that's how I heard about it. And then if you're ever on TikTok, it's kind of constantly. That little snippet is always being taken out for little videos and things, which is kind of fun. So I was glad to finally have an excuse to kind of watch it.
Well, we've seen it in our house a lot during the first part of this year because we have 2 toddlers, and it's a bright, fun movie. And so that was like on loop for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I think it took us a little while before we actually were able to sit down and watch it all the way through.
Yes, every time I try to turn on the movie, the girls always make me get up and get something, and I could never just sit and watch the movie. Finally, I don't know how many times it was on before I actually got to watch it.
I still don't know if I've actually watched it from beginning to end all the way through.
I don't know if I have either, but I know I've at least seen it. I've seen everything.
Like, in like just segments here and there. Because sometimes, as a parent, you're like, okay, they're watching the movie. I'm going to do the 180 other things I need to be doing in order to get the household run, and so we can eat. But so you know.
So I'm really impressed that you haven't actually just like sat, because I actually had to concentrate quite a bit, to be honest, to watch this movie and try and like gauge who was who, and like try and figure out who is related, who are the cousins, who are the aunts. Who, that actually was very confusing for me. I had to watch it several times. I watched it twice, and it was like Game of Thrones, where I'm like, wait, who's this? Who has what? Who's able to do what? Who's able to do this? And I would kind of forget that someone existed, or what their deal was, or like, what's this person's magic thing or something. Like, it was, but I mean, it is a fantastic movie. I can't doubt it. Like, I never get to watch these kind of movies anymore, and I sort of forgot how good they can be. So I am kind of glad that I got to sit and watch it. I had to admit, it's a really good movie. Really, really good. I can see why it's so popular. It's not just one of those things like I kind of felt like Frozen was just something that a bunch of kids liked and they were torturing their parents with it. But like this was a legitimately really good movie.
I actually like Frozen.
I like the first Frozen. The second one's okay. The first one's better.
The second one's more complicated for kids, though.
Although the second one has the greatest song I've ever heard in a Disney movie.
Which one? Oh,
Lost in the Woods. The movie stops dead in the middle of it, and they jump into an 80s hair band love ballad. or rock ballad.
Yeah,
rock ballad.
Yeah.
And like music video and everything. And it's absolutely amazing.
It is pretty funny.
Nice.
I mean, it makes sense in terms of the plot. It's not like they like pause movie, random song. But like it's just like when I watched it for the first time, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic, and I will die on that hill.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you can't deny there's so much talent and so much effort put into these movies. It's, an embarrassment of riches. Like, you can tell Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the songs for this. Like, just like the wordplay is so clever in the songs. Like, the songs are so well done in this movie. I think that's the best part of it is the songs. They're so good.
I was
really
curious
clever.
what your thoughts were on the songs, because I know that you were not a fan of In the Heights, and and I got the feeling that you weren't the biggest fan of Lin-Manuel, unless I misunderstood that. Oh, you're big cat.
Yes, I've got a big floof as well, a big orange cat. They only make orange ones big, apparently. I had
Garfield. That's like the size
so
of a dog.
actually, it's a Maine Coon. Yeah, it's like a big guy. So I actually love Hamilton. I love it. I think Mac and I probably mentioned that before. So I actually am a big fan of his writing in general. I feel like In the Heights, I'm just going to call that a sophomore project or something and assume that was like beginning Lin-Manuel, but did not care for In the Heights. Though I did actually, a few things reminded me of In the Heights in this, but maybe that's just cultural stuff. I don't know. But I do feel like his writing is fantastic. Like, he's very good with wordplay and being very creative with like rhyming and how things work, especially we don't talk about Bruno, the way that works. I think that song is very well done. And I think I can sort of see him in it. Like, I can tell why I'm actually surprised he didn't cast himself as Bruno, just being Lin-Manuel Miranda being like, and I'm going to star in it too. His kind of Orson Welles, complex that he has to sort of insist on doing everything and everything he does. Because he also wrote part of the story, I think.
I know. I was reading about that. Lin-Manuel also contributed songs to Moana, which came out in 2016. Which is another fantastic movie. I would argue Moana's better than Encanto.
Have you seen Moana?
Oh, no.
Great movie.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Is that
of fun.
Hawaiian?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's meant to.
I think yeah.
Inspired by,
for sure.
The Rock plays a role in it where he attempts to sing, which is interesting to say the least.
I don't think he sings that bad.
He's not the worst, but they wrote a song to his talents.
Okay, yes.
And it's just one song, and it is catchy.
It is very catchy.
But anyway, I guess when they were making that movie, Disney was kicking around ideas for a Latino themed movie as well, and Lin-Manuel, they invited him in on those conversations, and I think that's how the story started to develop there. So I don't. Those Disney movies go through so many rewrites and revisions and everything else. So who knows how much of his fingerprints in terms of the story still remain by the end of the day. But clearly enough where he was still credited and still had a role in the songs and everything. So, but
I heard that when he was writing the We Don't Talk About Bruno song, that his kids were like singing it at home, and he was like, you can't sing this outside of the house, because he didn't want anyone, finding out what it was.
So catchy.
Can I just say, I think I like and this is not the right term, I suppose, for an animated film, maybe, but I almost like the cinematography of that song more than the song itself. The way like the camera moves around the characters and it veers into one and another. And you see Bruno like walking in the background in certain parts, and there's that one scene where Maribel is like walking through like a stairwell and like circling around all the different characters, and like I feel it almost was like made for stage. Like there's one part where they're like the men, the two husbands are like flinging glasses at one another over a table, like they're setting a table.
They're all doing it.
They're all doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like they're like it
Yeah,
seems
right.
very
Yeah.
stage theatrical. Like I could see them doing this like in like a live performance kind of thing, because it's very animated in that way versus like other Disney songs where the character's just like standing there singing and doing something like that. Like that song was Bruno was very, very animated in that regard. No pun intended. Which I liked. So
Yeah.
good job, Disney.
No, I agree. It was very much a spectacle, like a lot to see and a lot to hear. I think that's why the song is so incredibly popular. Like they really just put so much into this one song. Like this 3 minutes of the movie, I feel like that's the climax of it is just that one song is so phenomenal. Everything else is amazing, but that's a really good point in it.
I don't think Bruno is my favorite song in the film. I think there are other songs that are better.
Yeah, I really
Really?
like the Under Pressure and the Family Madrigal song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those two a lot.
I love the Family Madrigal song in that it's such a smart name for the family if you want something that's going to rhyme really well with like magical, fantastical, and like every other thing. I was like, that's a great name. That was a good thought. It was a good point to make their name Madrigal. Like you can use it so easily with other names, with other things. It worked really well. And I remember thinking that I felt that the two sisters' songs were kind of similar in what they were saying. This sort of like, so much pressure on me. I have so much pressure. And then I thought, this actually feels a lot like Let It Go. Like I felt like that was also what the point of Let It Go was like, is this a big problem with like today's children that we need to be like, it's okay, kids, you don't have to feel like you have so much pressure on you. I'm like, is this a thing that I'm not like aware of that everyone has to be told? It's calm down, kids. You guys have so much going on. Just take a load off. It's
funny you bring that up because we were talking about this that this movie is like the epitome of okay boomer, because the grandmother wants everything to be perfect. You can't veer from what you're wanting to do.
The grandma sucks. Let's just say that right now. The grandma sucks. She is infuriating. Like there's pretty much nothing wrong with Bruno. Like really, Bruno doesn't do a damn thing that bad in the whole movie, and you're like, I'm sorry, this guy was like cast out essentially, and for what? Like they don't give you one good reason. Like they're supposed to. The whole thing is just poor overreacting. They overreact to everything. Nobody communicates well in this movie, I will say. But yeah, sorry, go on. Yeah, the grandmother.
And like,
infuriating.
I think like specifically because it's epitomized with I can't think of the sisters' names. Lucy.
There's Louisa. I want to say.
Louisa and
it's a strong one. And then it sounds a lot like Mirabelle. Isabella.
Yeah,
Isabel.
That's the flower one.
Yeah, like it seems like a lot of pressure is put on them to be, you're the strong ones. You gotta do all the strong stuff. You gotta stay strong. You can't let your emotions dial that down. And Isabella has to be like overly perfect. I think that is like a reflecting of society. I think maybe more so of the older generations. I don't know if so much our generation per se, maybe, I don't know, but like telling kids you have to be like this, you have to be perfect like this, and kind of giving the message like, no, you don't. You can be a screw up. You could do whatever you want. There's no reason for you to be like that. So I think that's definitely one of the big messages of the movie. Let It Go is just a big coming out song. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
I was kind of a little surprised that nobody is that far from the norm in this. I could think with the way people talk about Disney lately, I think I was expecting, I don't know, at least one differently abled person, one gay character. I mean, openly. Like I was a little surprised there wasn't really. Everyone was still pretty mainstream for the most part, like in the whole family. I don't know why I was expecting that at this point, that there would be something like that. Maybe if I watch, I should see Turning Red. That looks like one that might be a little more.
That movie,
a little more modern.
that movie is 5 for me. And we went through a turning red phase in our house as well. And I like that one a lot.
It was one of those where when I saw that people were like upset with it, I was like, I probably like this. Like, I feel like I would enjoy this.
There's no reason for anyone to be upset with turning
No.
red.
No, it feels like there's like I'm guessing the references to the menstruation are incredibly mild. And even like, it's probably not even that obvious.
There's one bit where the mother in that movie is very overbearing, and she runs into school like, I have pads, you forgot your pads, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that's like the most it goes. Younger kids are not going to get the reference. They'll just think, oh, she's worried because she's turning into a panda. Older kids will get the reference, but they should get the reference, especially older girls, because that's what they're going to be going through.
Yeah, and
when our girls turn 13, I'm going to take a long vacation.
You're assuming that they're not going to get it. They could get it sooner.
Okay, I'm just going to leave from the ages of 8 to 15, so, have fun.
Oh, God, but, yeah. I think I want to see that one. I think that might be a good one to watch. I'd like to see where that goes with it. I'd just like to see Disney taking on a little more responsibility with things that kids might actually see that are not going to be easy. And one thing that I heard about Turning Red, which I don't know if that's exactly where it goes, is that it sort of has kids, it sort of urges them to turn maybe away from their family a little bit, and sort of says like, it's okay that your family's not perfect. Like, you'll have friends, you'll have other things in life or something, which I think is a fantastic message, quite honestly. And I think like our generation and younger are becoming the first generation to actually just kind of sometimes just not embrace abusive family members and actually be like, you know what, my parents were shit and I'm not going to take care of them, or something. And I feel like people older than us didn't really have the nerve to do that. And I would love to see, but I mean something to letting kids know, like, hey, family's not everything, which Encanto is like, family's everything. Like Encanto is so hardcore in family, which, Nick, I'd love to hear your feeling on this, because I think you're kind of like me. Like, my parents had passed. I had one sibling, he passed. And so I was kind of like, fuck you. I was like, yeah, family, like, yes, family's great. But also, like, you might not have them your whole life. Like, let's not put quite so much emphasis for kids, letting them know that you should be so obsessed with your family. Like, maybe you shouldn't live with your mother and your grandparents your entire life. I don't know. I felt that that message would be a bit dangerous. I don't know. Or it could lead to, it could just be a huge letdown, I don't know.
I would say, in terms of what Encanto is trying to do,
mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to give the message that your family isn't perfect, and that's okay. I think Turning Red, on the other hand, even though that has a happy ending as well, it does kind of say, like, it's okay to have things outside of your family. What's your take on that, Kiwi?
Well, I was just thinking that most Disney movies have one dead parent, because they want, like, kids to show that they can overcome, obstacles. I mean, Mirabelle has both her parents. The grandfather, obviously,
he died,
but
he sacrificed himself.
That's not really what the story's about, though. But, like, there's so many Disney movies where, like, one parent's dead.
Yeah.
Like 90% of them.
Like, is it really a Disney movie the parents don't die?
There's very few that both are alive.
Yeah, like the classic ones. There's always, yeah. In the classic ones, there's always, a stepmother or some crap, yeah.
Well, even like look at Frozen. Their parents died,
Oh, I guess I forgot about that. Yeah.
I think the last couple of years, Disney has tried moving away from their standard tropes. Like, not every movie has a romance. Like, Encanto doesn't have it's not the main focus. There's a background romance. But, like, Mirabelle doesn't have, like, a boyfriend in it. Moana never has a boyfriend.
And there's no villain in Moana either.
Yeah, there's really no villain. Just stuff that happens. And I don't know if you would say, like, even Encanto doesn't really have a villain
No.
per se.
Everybody
The
has
grandmother.
a redemption.
The grandmother's a
I mean,
bitch.
Yeah.
But she's not like, I'm going to get you, Maribel.
We don't kill her at the end like we would with, like a stepmother
What
or
a
something.
twist
Yeah, like,
that would be.
could you imagine? Yeah, if like all the grandkids were like, screw this, kill grandma and let's take over this house.
One little quick thing about Turning Red before we stop talking about it. That could be a future
I
episode.
was saying, why do you keep talking about?
Yeah, why not? We all have Disney Plus.
I figured this would be your era. Were you into the boy bands?
Sure.
Then you will absolutely love Turning Red, because that movie veers on a path I was not expecting.
I mean, and it takes place like in the early 2000s.
Oh, that's kind of fun. And it's Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, those Canadians, crazy. Fun.
Oh. Yeah. Thumbs up on Turning Red. But anyway, back to Encanto. What was it you were telling me that you read that Encanto was like a kids movie or a hidden kids movie?
People were saying it was an adult movie disguised as a kids movie. The plot is very adult, very relatable, but all the bright colors for kids to sit there and watch it. Like, I can
Interesting.
see that.
It's a very complicated plot.
There's a lot going on. There's so much that at the end I was kind of like, whoa, that was a lot. That was and sort of at the end I was kind of like, well, wait, does that mean blah, blah? And so wait, the magic is back. Are they all still, is that best for them? Because like, ultimately the daughter Mirabelle still doesn't really have a talent, which, is that okay? Are we okay with that? Is she going to be okay with that? And honestly, she's gone through a terrible trauma not getting that talent at that big party. Like, what a ridiculous thing. And it doesn't seem like it's ever genuinely confronted. Like, we just sort of are like, how depressing. Just one more thing we don't talk about, how she let everyone down. And I'm like, this girl would have serious damage from this horrible party that went so wrong. It's like being left at the altar or something. Like, could you even imagine? But it's not really talked about. It's like, oh, well, let's just hope it doesn't happen again. And I'm like, there's communications issues in this house. But again, yeah, maybe this is just one of those things where if you have gone for a while without extended family, you forgot the nuances. I don't know. But I was like,
I have a theory on Maribel that the reason she doesn't have a power is that she is meant to be next in line to be like the head of the family, the way the grandmother.
It's true. I mean, Abuela does not have a power, ultimately. I mean, there is that.
So like that's my theory, because like Maribel was tasked, because she had the vision and everything else, was tasked to fix the magic. And so I think the magic is like I choose you to be the leader, because the grandmother, she screwed up, or she was screwing up by being too militant in her ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's my interpretation of it. But yes, that would be a scarring incident for any child.
Yeah. And they don't seem like, I feel like you'd think that they'd be a little more careful about it in the future. Like, let's maybe make sure she's out of town with her dad when we do the next one for this boy, so she doesn't have to be around for it. I don't know. Just like, I don't know. I'm doing my if I were a mother shit, which is another thing. I was very disappointed in their parents. I felt like her parents should have stood up for her more, to her grandmother. Because, I mean, if that was the mom's mom, her mom should have been like, Mom, you need to back off. Leave my daughter alone. Like, you're getting too shitty with her. I was kind of disappointed in her mom.
It does seem that the parents were sidelined a little bit. The dad tries to be helpful, but the mom, she's not in it much.
She's not.
No, she's like, here's a huepa, or whatever these things are I make, and they heal people. And I kiss you and shower you with affection. But I think it's because there's a million characters. Like, almost nobody has, yet not every single person can have more than one dimension, I feel like. I keep forgetting that there's a boy who changes shape. Because he's like, he's so easy to forget.
I can't remember his name, because it's not, what?
But
I don't know any of the men's names.
It took me a few times watching this to realize what was happening. And again, I feel like I can't believe I missed this, but like in the beginning, the family madrigal, when they're talking about everyone, there's a lady holding a baby, and then he changes to the mom so the mom can rest, and he holds the baby. So he's giving the mom a break. And I was
didn't
like,
pick up on that.
That is so clever. She like the mom, once he transforms, he takes a baby, he pulls out a pillow, and she just lays down and takes a nap. And I'm like, that's nice that he's giving her a break for, letting the new mom rest.
You really relate to that.
I relate to that.
That is really nice. And, I was going to say that was something I did want to bring up at some point was like, how useful are some of these powers that some of them have? But I'm glad they did that, because maybe if I had just watched it more and paid attention, maybe they do try and show every single person trying to use it to some way that's like the weather one.
There's colors, like it's like I watch, I don't know how many times I watched that scene before I actually like, oh my gosh, he's helping out the mom with the baby, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I was like, how is this useful?
I didn't catch that either.
This is not a useful skill. Normally, like some of these skills, I'm like, well, that's not very helpful. I'm like, how are you going to help the town by changing the weather? Maybe if there's a drought. But honestly, other than that, like some of those are dubious at best. Some of those talents that they're given, I'm like, I don't know how useful that is. I can listen to animals. Cool. All right. I can grow flowers? I guess, again, drought. I'm really drought oriented here.
Flowers.
I love flowers. I would be okay. I would deck out our house with so many flowers.
I know you would.
You'd be sick. And then the girls could pick all the flowers because they love picking flowers.
They do love picking flowers.
They pick all the flowers. I'd be like, okay, here's some more flowers. Whoosh.
It's a really cool idea, but I did have to wonder, like, just practically, as somebody who is a professional singer and had to go 2 years realizing that it was not a terribly useful skill once the pandemic hit, like, what would the pandemic do to these people? There's my question. Who in the family madrigal would be royally screwed during the pandemic?
I can't remember, but not all their powers were the original ones. I think Isabella wasn't supposed to have flowers in the original script, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, really?
Or I mean, like when they're developing the story?
Yeah, she had a different power.
I don't know.
It is kind of a weird one. I mean, it's pretty and it's great for animation. Like it's beautiful, and they would try and make it useful. Like, here's a vine in case you're stuck somewhere, and I'll, that's nice. But imagine Mirabelle had allergies. That would suck.
Well, Isabella and Mirabelle didn't get along, so I don't think Isabella would care.
I will say I did read, and this was kind of fun. You're probably aware of this, Krista. I've never seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I'm relatively aware of the characters.
So
I know that the character who played Mirabelle, or that woman, she was originally supposed to be she was originally supposed to read for the muscular sister, because they figured that would be after seeing her on the show, they figured that was how she was, like that was going to be more fitting for her. But they met her, and she's actually apparently very bubbly and, youthful and much more like Mirabelle. So they gave her that role instead, which I thought was kind of fun, because I was like, oh yeah, I've seen a few clips of that. I'm aware that, she's kind of like an intimidating kind of butch, character on the show.
She plays it so well that I did not realize that was not her natural voice until actually she was, I think, guest starring like in Modern Family or something. And I'm like, her voice is a lot higher. And I thought she was doing a thing for that show, but it was her natural voice. It's crazy. Because she actually read to be Amy Santiago's role in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Right. Yeah. So to give some context, with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there's two major cop characters. One played by
I think I'm familiar with who you're talking about. Yeah, the one who I'm guessing is kind of pairs up with Andy Samberg. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah. She's
sort of a goody two shoes kind of one.
Yeah. High strung type person. Mm-hmm. When she auditioned and the other actress got the role, she figured, well, I'm not going to be on the show because there's no way a network comedy is going to hire two Latino actresses. And they liked her and offered her the other role, and she won it, obviously. And she was kind of floored that they had, not just two female, because that's not uncommon, but two Latino female So
that is surprising. Yeah, nice. I will say I looked into this. Not to change the subject, if you wanted to do more into that, but I was looking into who plays who in this, and I didn't recognize a lot of them are just voice actors. The one of them is that guy Wilmer Valderrama from that '70s show, but I don't know who he is. Who was he? Who is Augustine?
That '70s show. He played the
Yeah,
foreign exchange student.
Sorry, I mean in this movie. He
Oh,
played
the
somebody
father.
named like
Mirabel's father.
Oh, okay. That's who I couldn't figure out. I was like, who is he in the movie? Like,
I still have a hard time hearing his voice, but you're the one who told me that.
I stumbled across it when I was looking on Wikipedia. I mean, I only know him as Fez. I guess he's
Yeah.
on one of those NCIS shows. I don't know. But
I still picture him like a teenager.
Right. And he also put on like a thick accent for that character because he was foreign.
yeah, that weirdly effeminate accent he had for Fez. That was so weird. Yeah.
Well,
That was a choice.
Yeah. And so like hearing probably his natural voice in Encanto.
Just like Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Well, going back to Stephanie Beatrice, like, so we have on our Pandora like a Disney station that will put on every now and again, have Disney songs and things like that, and they had like the Family Maribel was playing, or Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Magical. If I just say magical, I feel like that's what they were going for. The name Madrigal.
And like I'm hearing this, I'm like, man, and like the Maribel's voice, I'm like, she sounds so familiar. Where do I know her from? And then, it has like the little like artist. I'm like, oh, I saw her name. That kind of blew my mind that was her, because like when I know her as her Brooklyn Nine-Nine character, where she plays like a deeper, badass character, and her regular voice sounds similar, but just it threw me, and it blew my mind.
But she was singing in The Heights too.
She was in The Heights, and she was singing in that. But like we knew she had the higher voice then, and she didn't have a big role in
I
that.
didn't know she sang though until that movie.
Yeah, everybody in this movie except for Abuela sings their own stuff, which is amazing. That's very rare. I was really surprised to see that. That was very impressive, because there's also one of the actresses, the one who's the Isabella, the Flower sister, is from if you watched Orange is the New Black, which I watched that.
Oh yeah.
She's an actress from that. She was one of the remember her, and there were two Latina girls that were like really good friends, and they were trying to have like they would always talk about makeup, and I think they tried to have a show for a while. She was one of those. But I mean, like, she's yeah, beautiful girl and phenomenal singer too, apparently. I was really surprised. I had no idea. I was very impressed. But you know who did sing for Abuela was the older lady who plays the Abuela in The Heights. That was her singing voice. It was like 3 lines at the end of the movie.
One who dies, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever.
Lin-Manuel has his little like he's building his little character troupe, and
he's like Tarantino. You just, if you work with him once, just stick with him, and you never have to like work with anyone again.
You know, I have a feeling like next conventions and everything, you're gonna see a lot of Louisa's, the strong one, because I was reading that.
Oh, like comic conventions.
Well, yeah, because like one, her costume's really easy to make, and two, people were like, she's very relatable. Like people feel validated, they feel heard, they feel seen, because a woman can be strong, you know, like built like her. And I saw like all over TikTok, you know, women were like dressing up like her, you know, they're like, yeah, I'm the strong one too. But you're gonna see a lot of them.
Right. We'll still see like thousands of Harley Quinns because.
Oh yeah. I bet you'd probably see more Louisas than you would Isabella's.
You know, I'll be honest with you. At something like C2E2, I would not have thought Encanto would be a lot of people dress up.
We're gonna go, and we're gonna see them, and we're gonna
it's very
count them.
possible.
We're gonna count them. Like the one year Harley Quinns, we had to count every single Harley Quinn that we saw.
We know. To clue you in, Kiwi and I have gone to the comic book convention that's in McCormick Place yearly. Yeah, I know. Called C2E2. Of course, we didn't do it the pandemic or anything like that, but like one of the years we went, because we noticed the previous year a lot of people dressed up like
Oh my
Harley
God,
Quinn.
it was like, what, 2 or 3, 4 years ago? I don't remember which one it was.
I don't
but,
remember either. But we
like,
decided
every other female was like Harley Quinn.
we were going to do a running count, like how many Harley Quinns? It's like a Where's Waldo, like how many gotta catch them, or Pokemon, gotta catch them all, and we were just like 1, 2, like we have like a notepad that we're like just making tally marks on. I think we got up to like what 25 or something like that, at least in one day.
It was a lot. And that's just ones that we were
We
making
noticed.
a point, you
Yeah.
know. But also what I like about this movie is, like, in all Disney movies too, like all the little Easter eggs. So like if you look at their clothes, like Louisa has dumbbells on her dress. Isabella
Oh.
has flowers on her dress. Mirabelle has the butterflies, which she doesn't have the talent, but like at the end she chases the butterfly.
Oh.
So like all their clothes are and the little boy who can talk to the animals.
Don't eat him.
Yeah. When Mirabelle gives him a gift right before like the ceremony,
It's a
it
little
was
tiger.
a little
Giraffe.
box and it had animals all over it, and then, you know, the tiger in it. So, you know, like everything's like all intertwined, like with their powers.
Speaking of references, talk about Disney Green.
I did not know this is a thing. Have you heard of Disney Green?
Mm-mm.
And there's 2 things, I guess. There's Disney Green and Go Away Blue. Or sorry, yeah. But anyway, they're very specific shades of blue and green that if you go to Disneyland, Disney World, they'll paint garbage cans, buildings, anything that they don't actually want you to see, you don't see them. And Bruno is the color of Disney green.
Oh, is it supposed to fade it like a camouflage kind of thing? Is that it?
No, not like camouflage, just like people were like taking, like if you Google like Disney green and like Go Away Blue and everything, you'll see images like what they're talking about. Like it's there, but it's such a shade that you just don't pay attention to it.
It blends into the background essentially.
Yeah, but like some of the things like they showed, like it didn't really seem like it was trying to make it blend. Just like, I think it's just like such a natural shade that like it doesn't stick out to you like a building, like a brick building, you know, like you're just kind of graze past it without realizing what you're looking at.
So like if you're walking by, it's not like
Not
look,
an
there's
eyesore.
a trash can.
Right, it's not an eyesore, you know.
Unless you're looking for like, where's the trash can? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. And I found that out like from, of course, TikTok, you know. Actually, I knew all the Bruno scenes because of TikTok before I had even seen the movie. So I kind of feel bad that I didn't get that opportunity to be like, oh my gosh, there's Bruno, like on my own. It was already told for me before I watched it. Yeah.
I will say, once I actually saw the movie from beginning to end and saw Bruno's part, I kind of wish there was quite a bit more of him. I kind of thought there was going to be a lot more Bruno.
Hernando.
Yeah.
I also liked Hernando. I liked the Spackle guy. I liked his other 2. I like that he says, I like to say my talent is acting. I was like, I like this guy. This is the one that I would like. This is the one I'd hang out with at parties. But of course, they hated him.
All right.
Yeah, John Leguizamo. I like the anachronism of him watching TV. We got sports, telling
The rats.
Yeah, with the rats.
Their love could never be.
Don't eat him.
Yeah, I thought his character was very clever. I wish there was more of it. I'm sure they're going to work on some spinoff or something to do with that. And which, if they do, I hope to God he never has kids, because I love that there's one kid that doesn't have kids. I think that's cool, because they put way too much pressure on like more and more kids in the family.
He'd be kind of old though.
Yeah,
that's another thing. How old are they? They're triplets.
we
How
did
old are they?
Did we figure they were in their 50s?
we did the math because
We did the math. Yeah.
yeah, because the oldest of the grandkids are at least in their early 20s.
Right. Like, I think, is Dolores the oldest?
I think Dolores is the oldest.
Is that the one who hears
can hear.
everything?
Yeah.
And
But
then
who
I think
apparently knew that Bruno was there the whole time, even though during We Don't Talk About Bruno says that she like makes it pretty clear, in my opinion, that she does not know that he's in the kitchen. But okay.
But then there's also a line in the movie that the grandmother says that she implies like 50 years ago the candle made this village.
Oh, you're right. That was 50.
And
so they
which-
are. You're right. They're like 50, 51 or something.
Yeah.
he does have gray hair. I mean, I have gray hair, but
Well,
I
I think the all of the grandmother's
Yeah.
kids have like streaks of gray, except
maybe not
the storm one.
yeah,
The clearly mentally unbalanced one.
yeah.
Though brava to Tia Pepe, the stormy one, who apparently had that boy when she was like 45. All right.
Yeah, I guess now that you say it,
What?
well, the youngest kid turned 5.
Oh yeah, there's quite the age difference between.
But then as the mother would have been 45 when she gave birth.
Hey, I had coworkers that were sisters that were 20 years apart. It happens sometimes.
I know it happens, but it's possible. I mean, the grandma had triplets, and this is before IVF. That's, they've got some genes. Pretty amazing.
So, Corinne, maybe you could settle a bet between
Uh-oh.
Kiwi
Sure.
and I.
Okay.
We have a slight difference in opinion.
Don't tell me whose is which.
Okay.
I don't know where I okay.
I'm going to try to explain it. You'll probably be able to explain it better. So,
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Did the grandmother know there was something wrong with the house and was in denial about it? Or did she not know anything was wrong? Or let me rephrase it. Or
Okay.
did she see the things that were wrong but just didn't think anything of it?
I'm not sure, but she does, she talks to that locket with her husband in it, so she believes it, at the very least, but then acts like she doesn't believe it at the party. It makes it seem like it's not a big deal. So I think I do. You know what? Well, especially once you see Bruno and realize that he's been patching it up for a long time, it does seem like she probably knew. I mean, don't you think? I don't know. It sounds like this has been going on a while.
I think she privately knew because when after the whole incident happened, she does talk to the camera, she's looking out the window. She's like, please, I don't know, help this family or something, protect this family.
Yeah, that's
the way
the scene
she
I'm talking
said
about with
it,
the locket
it's
to her
like
husband.
she knew Mirabelle was not lying,
See, I always took that because you pointed that out to me, so I watched that scene very carefully. Because I'm under the impression that she was in denial of anything, and that
Are you saying in the
maybe she saw the signs, but was like, nah, this doesn't mean anything. Like that, and then she was talking to Lockett. She was just referring ugh, this family's so screwy. Please help us.
No,
I don't think it was that. Yeah, I
No,
think it was definitely
see,
referring to the cracks and everything. And I think she probably did have some idea what was going on and has been just avoiding it. Like they do everything in this family, just avoid it and not talk about it. Hopefully it doesn't go wrong. And then it all just goes wrong at parties and embarrass one of the younger kids and blame her, everything. Just so bad how they handle everything in this. It's almost hard not to, as an actual adult watching it, you're like, oh, you handled this all so poorly, adults. It's like, this is terrible. You're blaming children for all of your shit. This is so irresponsible.
During Isabella's engagement party where everything, went to hell, Maribel told her dad, or dad stumbled upon it, that he found Bruno's pieces of the vision,
Mm-hmm.
and Dolores overheard it. Okay, fine. They know it was a big night. Why did Dolores not keep her trap shut during the party?
I did wonder that too. I mean, unless
especially
it was just
Dolores isn't a small kid. Dolores should know better.
A big secret, but
unless she just couldn't, it was too big for her to keep wait 3 more hours after the engagement is done.
But see, I think Dolores did know that Bruno was in there because in that song that We Don't Talk About Bruno, there's a line that says something like, I can hear him or something she says I equate him with sand, something like that.
I imagine him the dripping sand, something weird like that.
She references hearing him, in the wall. I'm gonna look up I'm just gonna grab the lyrics.
Pull up the lyrics.
Okay.
The lyrics.
That would make sense, yeah, because I do wonder at the end when she's like, oh yeah, I knew the whole time, and I'm like, did you though, girl? I'm like, I don't believe that.
If you start
Yeah.
talking, we don't into Google pops up. We don't talk about Bruno lyrics as like one of the first options.
It was my wedding day. It was our wedding day. You're not talking something.
Okay.
Okay, am I not the only one who, when you, at the beginning of the family madrigal, but at one point, I actually was hoping this was on purpose, but I'm sure it's not. When she's like singing and she says something like, 2 men fell in love, ... with family madrigal. And for a second, I was like, go Disney. Oh, you mean with women in the family.
There is a line that says, I associate him with the sound of falling sand. But I'm going to keep reading because I swear she references something else.
I did not catch that during the song, but I stumbled across a Reddit that was like called Disney Out of Context. And it has a
Because there's a
screenshot.
pause. It's perfect.
Yeah, it has a screenshot of the two guys like dancing when that part comes up. And it has like the text on there, like two guys fell in love.
Mhm.
And like I saw that one day at like, I don't know, 8:30 a.m. and like I just started laughing really loud because it was just one of those stupid things. I think I sent it to you and you're like, I don't get it, or you didn't think it was all that funny, but which I don't know, man, it just hit me the right way, but
Man, I swear I can't find that line.
can't find the lyric.
I think she says it at the very end, but once we find out he's at the end, is that maybe what you're thinking of?
With this Dolly Parton.
What?
I just see he's like talking, like, does DOL, Dolly Parton, have kids is the first thing that pops up.
Does she? She doesn't, does she?
I don't think she does. Oh, so if you start typing Dolores, does Dolores know Bruno was in the house as the first option?
And the second option was Dolores. Does Dolores Umbridge die? She should if she doesn't.
She should if she does.
Dolores drops subtle hints about Bruno's location throughout the movie. So they're saying that she does know that he's there.
But she can't keep a secret about Bruno's vision for one dinner. But she apparently hides the fact that he's living in the goddamn house for years. For
She
like
hears
20
him
years.
muttering and mumbling. There's the line. So she does like.
Well,
She knows.
I'm going to write the Disney Corporation and be like, what the F?
I mean,
That's
as long
inconsistent.
as they speak about Dolores,
Inconsistencies.
I have one like small criticism about like Dolores. Besides that, she can't keep a secret. I guess maybe two criticisms, but like at the end, she essentially starts to date her cousin's ex-boyfriend,
The himbo.
and he's like, I have so much love to give, and she's like, okay, and I'm like you don't even know him, and you're just dating him, and he just wants to date someone who he can love.
Well, to be fair, she probably knows him because he's been around the family. But he does say like, let's get married, and he's like, slow it down.
Well, yeah, she's not saying she wants to marry him, but it just seemed like it was a relationship of convenience, not like.
Listen, she wants to jump his bones. Let her jump his bones.
That's not what I'm talking about. He's just like, I just want to love someone. Like, it didn't matter like who. I was like, oh, you'll do. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, it was incredibly convenient, this hookup at the end. And then, of course, it went along with Bruno's thing that the man of my dreams will always be out of my reach or whatever. And that.
Patrol to another.
Right.
But then they get together. So wouldn't Bruno...
But the vision can always change. And he was out of reach for a while. And now he's not. The vision changed.
I will say, I'm very glad that in the pure Disney way, they did not feel the need to pair everyone up pointlessly at the end. I was like, don't they dare put Louisa with a man for some reason at this, because we all know she's gay. I'm like, don't do her like that. Let the woman be gay. I will be livid if there's some stupid Christmas special they come out with and whatever, some nonsense going on, her dating a weightlifter or some shit, a dude. I'll be like, come on.
Voiced
Don't
by
you know
Hulk
any-
Hogan.
Yeah, really. Like, do you not know any female athletes? How dare you? No.
If she is gay, could you imagine the grandmother's reaction to that? She would not be happy.
She'd be like, please, as long as you still have children somehow, that's fine. Just
You can
keep
be
having
gay,
kids.
just don't talk about it and bring it into my face.
That's right. How do you guys feel about living in a tower of sand? Is that okay with you? Because that's apparently worthy of not being absolutely like perfect for parties in this family. Like, so weird.
Here's something else that I find interesting. And I know it's a movie and you just kind of have to go with it. But like, if this was any other movie, if there was like a small town and a family of freaks essentially controls the town, that town would uprise against them. They would. But yeah, I'm surprised that like that the town is totally fine with this family with one person who can like literally control the weather. Another and also has clear mental issues and anger issues that like how much does her weather powers affect like overall, like she gets angry and just
she should be medicated. She should be medicated. She is very depressed, very clearly depressed, that one aunt. I'm upset for her. And her daughter got the same problem. The one who hears everything is manic. Like, obviously something is wrong with her. She's always like,
she's always hearing everything.
Yeah, like
she needs like ear canceling headphones.
We need to see 20 years down the road what these powers have done to these people. I think that they're all going to be a hot mess. They're all going to be Bruno. They think Bruno's the weird one. He's going to be the normal one.
He's like, I saw this coming, people.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno, did you watch the I saw it on YouTube because I didn't actually watch the Academy Awards. They did a live performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Oh, no.
It was awful.
Oh.
Like, they did not do that song justice. I specifically went on YouTube to watch the We Don't Talk About Bruno performance, and I was like, this is what they did. Like, you didn't watch it.
No.
Of like everything that they could have done with that song, it was like such a letdown. And I heard after I watched it, like other people said the same thing. Like, why did they do that?
Was this before the slap?
I said, why couldn't Will Smith come up and slap them?
He was mad after that. He was like,
we don't talk about effing Bruno.
Keep Bruno's name out your fucking mouth.
I don't know. And do you have any other comments about Encanto?
Sorry, for literal hairball.
Oh yeah, can we just talk about what are Bruno's sins? What has he done? And also, at one point, when he says that he had a vision about Mirabelle, and that's why he left. So was this an old vision? And also, the grandma even says it. So the grandma knew. This is very confusing.
I will say that part seems weird, where he's like, I had this vision and I left, and she's like, you left to protect me? And I was like, is that really protecting her? I mean,
was she even born yet?
No,
she was.
We did the math.
No, we didn't do the math. He states, he goes, after you didn't get your powers, she asked me to have a vision. So we knew it was after she didn't get her powers that he went to have the vision. Because we thought the same thing too. Like, wait, was she born? This is what happens when you can't sit and watch the movie all the way through when you have little kids.
Yeah.
But yes, she was. It was the night after she didn't get her powers, or the night that she got her powers. He went to have the vision.
But I don't think he showed the grandmother the vision.
He didn't.
Okay.
So how did she know? Because she said he left because of you or something.
I don't think he left. He said he left because of Mirabelle. They just said he had a vision and he left.
I think they don't know what the vision was, but the family thinks he left because of the vision.
Right. They don't know that Mirabelle was in the vision.
And I think the reason why Bruno says he left because of Mirabelle is because everyone blames him for whatever vision that happens. And not only was Mirabelle not getting her power, which is, bad apparently, But in the vision, it showed Maribel with the house being destroyed behind her. So I don't think he wanted to tell the grandmother that because
and essentially he left to protect himself, not Mirabelle, because he's like, oh, they're just gonna blame me.
Right. Maybe it was for both. Because if he gave that, like, how is that going to affect her life now? Is she going to become an outcast because she's going to be damaging the thing? I mean, they already treat her like crap to begin with. That's going to add to it.
I don't know. The more I think about it, I think Bruno was being selfish because he didn't want to be told, oh, this is your fault.
Maybe he got tired of it. He's like, screw you people.
I don't think, like, Mirabelle's like, oh, he left to protect me, but, like, he wasn't. I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been a little more info as to he leave? Did he leave or did they ask him to leave? You know, like I was a little confused.
I think he left on his own.
And this has been about 10 years
quote,
at this point?
left.
We're assuming that this is about 10 years? Yeah? Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe even more, because they're 5.
She's 15, I think.
Oh, she is 15?
Wikipedia says she was 15.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't tell how old she was supposed to be. I wasn't sure about that.
I think she's just your standard Disney protagonist of mid-teens.
I'm trying to think, did they actually announce? Because he's like, man, the last party was a bummer, the last party being yours.
Yeah, that guy, like, was being like, I mean, I know it's a joke, but he was being unbelievably cruel at the beginning. Like,
well, yeah, she didn't like it either.
Yeah.
I think that guy's on the spectrum.
Side-eye. I love the side eye that Mirabelle gives Isabella when she keeps talking, like, twice about, like, did someone say flowers?
She just had, like, that deadpan look, like, daggers in her eyes.
And then again, when she's like, he said, oh, what did he say about her powers would grow?
Like the grapes that thrive on the vine.
I like that song a lot, too.
That's Bruno. That's the same Bruno song.
Oh, it is? Oh,
because that one snippet is constantly used in TikTok. That little snippet.
Think they'll make an Encanto 2?
I'm sure they're going to make some cash grab of some, a Encanto Christmas or some stupid thing.
I don't know. I think they're getting wiser about it. Although, like, Frozen...
Disney Plus.
Frozen did put out, like, little mini, like, things, which some of them aren't that bad.
There's, like, little mini videos or something like that.
Anna's birthday.
Yeah. Now that they have the Disney Plus, they're going to, like, throw all their, like, extra content on there.
Olaf explains the...
That's pretty... If you ever have an opportunity...
Have you seen Frozen 2?
Wait, yes.
The second
no, not the second one. No.
It's a bit that originates in the second Frozen, but Disney Plus has I hesitate to call it a series because it's 6 episodes. Each episode's like a minute or two long, where Olaf recaps various Disney films, and he like shapeshifts as like into like the different characters, and it's like the most bare bones version of it, but it's hilarious.
Like a dramatic telling of it. He's essentially in the second movie. He's recapping the first movie to these people, and he's telling the story, and apparently it was popular enough that they wanted to do it for like a few other like Disney movies.
I think he does like The Little Mermaid. Have you seen The Little Mermaid?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bit in the movie, maybe it's the most iconic shot where Ariel like stands up and the water splashes behind her.
Well, like, yes, everyone's favorite bidet reference in memes. When you finally get a bidet, water behind you. It was a meme that was going around. Sorry.
I've not seen that meme.
I haven't either.
But like he like reacts like that, and with like the clamshells on him as well, and it's so dumb, but it's like it's just funny. He does like 3 or 6. It's about 6 movies. I can't remember which ones.
I haven't seen them. Surprisingly.
Future podcast, I guess.
On like 6 minutes.
Yes. Yep, that's it. So I'm sure they'll do some tie-in at some point. I mean, Disney just got a hold of all the Ice Age movies, and they released a mini series of short bits with Scrat, the little squirrel who's always after the acorn. Like, I've never seen the Ice Age movies, but like I know that.
Where's the baby?
I've seen that one now. Yeah, our girls are now into Ice Age, so we're making our way through those like 50 movies.
You know what? We're just gonna podcast and every single movie that the girls get obsessed, over.
We could, because we'll watch it
We'll have
enough.
to watch it, like 50 times.
We should do Turning Red.
I'd like to see that one. That does look like a good one.
Moana.
It's good. I am Moana.
We can do Lion King.
The remake or the original?
I've never seen the remake.
I hear it's exactly the same as the original.
Yeah.
To the point of like, why did they remake this? They even brought James Earl Jones back.
Oh, what's wrong with James Earl Jones?
I don't know. Get someone new.
How dare you?
Why didn't they bring back JTT? He could have played adult Simba.
He could have.
Yeah.
Did they get Matthew Broderick back?
I don't think so.
No.
Get Nathan Lane. We went from Nathan Lane to... Oh, no, he didn't play Pumbaa. I don't know who played Pumbaa. Not important. That's not important. We're not talking about this. We're talking about Encanto. I got nothing else to say about Encanto. I think it's a good movie.
It's catchy.
It's catchy. I don't think our girls understand the story because it's super complicated, but I think they like the fun pictures and songs.
You know what? I'm not going to put anything past our girls because sometimes they pick up on things and I'm like, oh.
True, but like Encanto is, like you said, like it's an adult movie.
It's an adult movie. I don't know.
I'm trying to think back when I was like that age. Like, how was I picking up on story structure?
You were watching Ghostbusters.
That's true.
How many times a day?
That is true. I did watch it a lot at that age. But like, was I fully understanding it, or was I just like, oh, fun stuff? And I watched the cartoon. I don't know. I can't remember.
I watched Golden Girls a lot when I was a kid, and I remember
At 4 years
laughing.
old?
You know what? The movie Golden Girls came out, I think, in '85, the year I was born. I mean, I remember like watching as a kid and laughing, and then like as an adult, I'm like, I know why I'm laughing as an adult, but I'm like, I don't know why I was laughing as a kid.
You didn't understand quite all the labia jokes they had back then. But...
Right.
That was a great show, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Corinne, Kiwi, thanks for hopping on for our discussion on Encanto. It's a long time coming, just because I know Kiwi and I have watched it like a billion times. They've moved on from it. We haven't watched in quite some time.
I turned it on the other day during nap time.
Oh. For yourself?
Toddler fell asleep. And when I knew she was going to wake up, so I turned on Encanto, and
she didn't like freak out because it
didn't
wasn't the
freak
show
out.
that she wanted?
No, because she passed out like on the couch, and then I needed to do things, so I was like, I'm just going to turn on Encanto for when she wakes up. And it worked, too, because then she, like, woke up and she started watching it, and then when the other one got up, she was like, oh, I was like, okay, a few minutes, and then, out the door, not like a whipping motion, like.
Get to work. So, all right, well, this has been fun. We got some ideas for future episodes, too, so awesome. And yeah, thanks for joining us here. And stay tuned next week when we talk about Twilight. Have a good one.
Can't wait.
You've been listening to the all-new CultureCast. Follow us on Twitter. Drop us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out his work on YouTube at Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been a Saltwater production. Original material copyright 2022. Thanks for listening.
I know. I always think that we're actually like signing off at that point, and then I have to be like, nope, not yet.
But I guess you could. Nothing's like...
Click.
I know, but I always want to be like, okay, bye. Like, wait, no, that's not. I always feel like it's like a Zoom meeting or something.